Last night we learned how we can prepare when there's the threat of flooding. Well, tonight we're learning some facts about flood zones in Lauderdale County that might surprise you.
Yeah, Twin States reporter Ben Lockridge has more on our top story this evening.
According to the staff of the Lauderdale County Permits Office, any individual with a desire to build or purchase a home in the area should make a stop at their office to ask if their location is in a flood zone. Kathy Loomis with Permits say they might be surprised at their response.
Everybody's in a flood zone. There's 3 different levels in our community, which is Zone X, Zone A, and Zone AE. Zone X means you're not required to purchase flood insurance. Zone A means there's no base flood elevation determined, and AE means there's a base flood elevation that has already been established. If you're in an A or AE, you are required to purchase flood insurance if you have a federally backed loan.
Loomis says that if you're not in a zone that requires flood insurance, it still might be a good action to take.
If you're not in a flood zone, your flood insurance rate is reasonable. And if you're close to a flood zone, floodwaters don't know where the line stops. So anybody can flood at any time. If you're in a higher location, you're not as likely to. But if you're close to a flood zone, then it's a good idea to purchase flood insurance to protect your property, because regular insurance will not pay if the water comes from the ground up.
Loomis says most people are surprised when they learn they are indeed in a flood zone.
Most of the time. I mean, most people don't realize that Lauderdale County has a lot of flood zone. We had, back in early 2000, we had a major flood, and actually we had it 2 days apart. We had 2 major flooding events 2 days apart, and the county did go through a federal grant and purchase some homes and tore them down so that they wouldn't be in that situation again.
Mortgage companies will typically require homeowners to purchase insurance, but Loomis explains that's not always the case.
If there's a loan against it, your mortgage company is required to catch it, but there has been cases where it wasn't caught, and the flood zones change, and it may be a period where the banks don't catch it until a little later. So, and if you're below a high hazard dam in the county, if the dam was to breach, your home insurance would not cover you if you were washed away with a dam breach.
Ben Lockridge, Twin States News.
To find out if it's required for you to purchase flood insurance, you can visit the Lauderdale County location, or you can simply give them a call. That is a very important thing to do, to make sure you get that.
Yeah, I mean, flooding can happen anytime, and especially this time of year where we're seeing a lot of rainy weather. And
very possible.